My name's Zio, and welcome once again to another Coffee with Zio. We skipped last month because, quite honestly, there wasn't a whole lot to talk about outside of, oh my god, the game is dying! Oh, I'm so sick of seasonal points. I didn't really have anything to add to that discourse outside of what I've expressed in previous videos and on stream. Besides, I wanted to channel that energy towards you-know-what coming down the pike in a couple weeks. Yes, January was a pretty rough month, but the introduction of the Nuisance plant was a really nice capstone. But enough about that. I'm sure the reason you came here is to hear about Dark Falz Aegis, or rather, my thoughts on said fight. Well, let me say this right off the bat. The short version, this fight absolutely rocks. This is, hands down, unequivocally, the best fight in the entire game. This is everything that last year's Dark Falz fight should have been, and this is from someone who really enjoyed that encounter. Last time I was like, oh no, Dark Falz is coming back, I hope that gun's ready. Then afterward it's like, damn, this thing doesn't have enough juice. Oh, we'll get him next time. It came off as being so sudden, especially considering where the game was around this time last year. Last year I'd asked if that was their idea from the jump, or if that was done in response to corporate pressure. In retrospect, maybe both. The fight itself was enjoyable though, but I digress. Everything about this fight, from the build up, to the set pieces, to the music, to the mechanics, was great. It really felt like a true final boss fight, right up there with some of the best boss fights in base PSO2. The fight itself harkened back to so many bosses from base PSO2 and even PSO1. The second phase on the donut felt like a cross between Deus Eska from episode 4 and Dark Falz from PSO1 mechanics wise, and you know what, I'm here for this. When they first showed us that fight, I remember people were like, with a name like Dark Falz Aegis, what's a puny central cannon gonna do to it? You see that when they first use the cannon during the fight and those front shields come out to block it, then those front shields are used in a mechanic later on. I like that. Very well designed and very well executed. Definitely makes me looking forward to future fights like that. But it isn't perfect though, and it comes back to a glaring issue that a lot of content in this game has. And that is, of course, the loot. While the loot itself is fine, Ajax armor is solid, and the Neos Astraean weapons are some of the best out there right now. But the problem here is you can't put the Neos weapons on the market. Now on the surface, there's nothing really wrong with that. Untradeable high-end weapons are in fact a good thing. But when you throw presets in the mix, that's where things get kind of dicey. Like in my case yesterday, I got a Termina 4 wired lance, and I'm like, okay? Like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? I mainly play Tekker for crying out loud. But yeah, if that shit came on a wand, I'd be over the moon. I could just trade that in for one of my Integra for the week, but a level 4 Fixa? Man, I wish I could put that on something else. I know several friends and content creator colleagues have encountered a similar situation. So you have multiple layers of RNG going on here. So let's see, you have RNG for a chance of the quest even showing up among 4 others, and then there's RNG for even getting a Neos in the first place. And then if you do get one, hopefully it's the one you want out of the 17 currently available weapon categories. And then you have presets. Now, one of these layers can be taken out of the equation already, 2 of them in a couple weeks when we get the triggers, and once again that just leaves the presets. Now, one solution that's being suggested is letting us transfer presets between weapons in a series. Like in my case, putting a Termina 4 from a Neos wired lance onto a wand, and then you could balance it out by having it cost more in materials than if you were using 2 of the same weapon. Having a weaker tradable version like just a Tian would make this all the better. This would actually help the economy and further incentivize people to farm better gear. Multi-weapons and presets have always been 2 major pain points in this game, and I feel like they're getting better with the former. It isn't a perfect solution, but it's better than what we have now. So we have all 4 regions, and we finally had the payoff with Dark Falz. Where does that leave us now? So that just leaves Aincrad, Black Omen, whatever the hell you want to call it. Manon looks up there at the end of the last cutscene like, oh shit, we gotta go up there, huh? What exactly awaits us up there? Probably some corrupted mother brain type entity. Chapter 5 will most likely start off with the aftermath of the Dark Falz fight and set up our trip to the tower. Chapter 5 could end with a confrontation on the tower and then send us somewhere else to deal with an even bigger conspiracy. That really seems to be where they're going with this. So what do you guys think? You know how much I love chopping it up with you guys in the comments section and on the streams. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck on your loot. And remember, to thine own self be true. Until next time. Farewell.